Good evening and welcome to the 15th meeting of the Mayor and City Council of Laurel, Maryland. Ms. Edwards, can you please call the roll?
Good evening, everyone. Councilman Simmons?
Here.
Councilwoman Johnson?
Here.
Councilman Mills?
Here.
Councilwoman Clark?
Here.
President Kole? And Mayor Sidnor?
Here.
President Kole, you have the floor.
Thank you. Some microphone difficulties. Agenda item number 3 is report of the Mayor and City Council. Councilman Simmons, we'll start with you this evening.
Thank you. Yeah, a couple of things to share, and I know we had a lot of council activities this last week, so I'll try not to take them all for everybody. But first one I wanted to mention was the Touch a Truck event, and I wanted to thank the Department of Parks and Rec for hosting that. It was a lot of fun. I brought my 3 little guys. It's always a big blast for everybody out there, and I do have to say that the bubble section was also something they really enjoyed. So touching the trucks was good, but those bubbles, just to let you know, were a big hit among my kids. So thank you for doing that, and all the other departments that were present, like DPW and Laurel Police and all the commercial trucks that were there as well. Also, last week, one of the events we did together was active attacker event training. And I know one of the things, in addition to learning more about that, which is helpful, one of the things I was really impressed with was the depth of training that our police officers have here on the Laurel Police Force. So I want to thank them for sharing that information with us. I also felt safer knowing that they were among our force, and something to let the organization and businesses in our city know that those officers will also do sort of a complimentary assessment of the security of your building. And you can sort of reach out to them for some best practices in doing that, as well as if you have an organization that would like to learn that information, you can feel free to reach out to the Laurel Police Department for that. So maybe 2 other small items. One, just to share, it might have been subsequent to our last meeting, but if folks hadn't heard, Prince George's County did pass a Rent Stabilization Act back in mid-July. The reason I mentioned that from a couple different angles is that takes effect 45 days from passage, so that's like the end of August. So if you're a landlord in the city of Laurel, I recommend you sort of download that legislation and start getting familiar with it. You can get it right from the PG County Legislative website, or also I put a link straight through from my site, adrianforlaurel.org. But I know our mayor has been tracking and working with other jurisdictions, as well as even members of our community, who are a big part of getting that passed. So just making people aware that that's out there. And last thing I wanted to touch on was for some businesses in the city, the State of Maryland Comptroller's Office has been collaborating to do a Lunch and Learn series this coming month in August. Learn about state level grants, funding, and tax credits that are available to businesses doing business in the state of Maryland. So they're partnering with Montgomery County, but it's open to all Maryland businesses, but they're in like Silver Spring, Germantown, and Rockville this coming month. So again, you can check out my site, Adrian for Laurel, just for links and more info on that if you're interested. And back to you. Thank you, Mr. President.
You're welcome. Councilwoman Johnson.
Good evening. Like Councilman Simmons mentioned, we did have a couple of council events. I did also attend the active attack training by the Laurel Police Department. And we had the council retreat, which I wanted to take a moment to thank Council President Kole for setting that up. I think it was very beneficial for us, as new council members. You don't know what you don't know, right? So just providing that information for us, I think is beneficial for us to be better serving to our community. So thank you for that. And then the last thing I would like to bring up is upcoming on Saturday, August the 10th, from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. An organization called Angels Haven is having a back to school community pop-up, and it's going to be located at 14502 Greenview Drive. And basically they are giving away school supplies. There is going to be a voter registration. We want to get people excited to vote. There will be food and vendors. There are moon bounce. So they are accepting donations if you would like to donate. But if you are in need, you can attend, no registration required, so that you can get some needed school supplies. That concludes my report, Mr. President.
Thank you. Councilwoman Clark.
Thank you, President Kole. As my colleagues said, most of us attended the Touch a Truck event on July 23rd. Also on July 24th, attended the City Hall in the Park, where we had it in Ward 2, in the Overlook Way community at Marcus Colbert Community Field. Thank you to everyone for coming out and joining us there. It was great to meet everyone and see you there. As Councilwoman Johnson said, thank you to President Kole and Sergeant Barry and Cunningham for coming out and training us. The council last week, it was very informative and helpful. It was not only informative for at work, but also when you're out in the grocery stores or in any other community event. It's helpful for your family to know, and they're also open to educating the public as well if you're interested. One additional item, please remember to join our men and women from the Laurel Police Department on August 6th at Granville Goody Park in Ward 2 for a fun annual national night out. This is a great opportunity to build relationship with community members and law enforcement. And remember, together, we are making our community safer and a more caring place to live. This concludes my report. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Councilman Mills.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening to everybody. I just wanted to give a couple weekends of fun. That was at the Safe Summer Night at the Armory, and that's Fridays and Saturdays, July 19th and 20th, and 26th and 27th. And we have two more weekends, parents, to bring your child out to the Armory from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Come on out. And I had a surprise for the kids Saturday, but it was the big kids that was out Saturday night. So, but Friday was a good day, last Friday. And the City Hall in the Park at the Marcus Colbert Field in the Overlook community, that's Ward 2. So that was a success. As we could reach out to one neighbor, it's a success. And we had quite a few that came out. That was a good day. I think the mayor is doing a great job at being transparent and bringing the council to the community. So I'm geared up. If we got to take this thing all the way into the wintertime, let's go. And the active shooting, that was a great class. I actually learned something, and I was looking at some of the 9/11 videos last night, and I actually was listening to some of the interviews and the information, my notes that I took. I was able to apply my notes to the videos that I was watching about 9/11 on how the people reacted during 9/11. So that class was a success for me. Let's see, and on let me see, and I think that is it. Yeah, that's it. And just a reminder for another Safe Summer Nights. You know, we got 2 more weekends. It ends August 9th. And so, you know, parents, bring your children out. Please make sure that you sign your children in. Don't just drop them off, though. Bring them in, sign them in. We got the rest. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Mills. On July 23rd, before going to Touch a Truck, I attended the Historic District Commission meeting. Reminder that there is no meeting in the month of August, but applications for the September meeting are due August 23rd. The next meeting of the Historic District Commission will be September 17th. I also attended City Hall in the Park at Marcus Colbert Field. That was also where we had our Arbor Day celebration. I was able to check out the trees. Thank you to Parks and Recreation for keeping those watered. For those that do have new trees and plantings at home, remember we are in a drought. Try to give them water at least once a week to keep your new trees going. If they lose their leaves, it's normal. They're just trying to protect themselves in the drought. As long as they have flexible green stems, they'll come back. So keep giving water to your new trees. On the 26th, after the council retreat and training, I attended the Safe Summer Nights. That was a great program. It was fun to see all the children there and hear their various reasons why they were attending. Most were there for fun, but it was a great way for them to come out and experience some of what the city has to offer. On Saturday, the 27th, the Pride Committee had a designer bag bingo. Thank you to everyone that attended that. Coming up on August 11th, we will be doing a Pride brunch at Newsbex. The doors will open at 10:30 with entertainment starting at 11. If you have not been to brunch at Newsbex, they have a great menu, lots of entertainment, and it's a really fun time. You're out of there by 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so you still get to have most of your day. That concludes my report. Mr. Mayor, on to you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, everyone. First, I want to pay condolences to Pat Wash, former fire marshal and permit service employee who passed away. So our condolences to his family and friends. Also, I want to pay condolences to Judy Miller, who served on the 4th of July committee for over 20 years. She passed away as well, so we're going to pay our condolences to her as well. Just to reiterate what everyone say, touch a truck, thank the Park Recreation for that event. That's one of the biggest events for the kids. It seems like everybody come out, the kids enjoy that. And also give the kids the opportunity to see the various trucks and see what kind of career they want to be in. WSSC was out there, police department, fire department. So just many careers out there. These kids can actually, our own DPWs out there as well. So people mentioned on July 24th, we had our City Hall in the Park. We have one more this year, and that'll be at Greenville, Patuxent community over there. So I forgot the date, sometime in August, but we'll post social media reminders as well. July the 25th, had a meeting with the mayor of Prince George County. We get together once a month and we discuss trends inside Prince George County. And the biggest trend we're discussing is the volunteer fire department and the career fire department. It's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of talk and everything. So yeah, I'll just leave it there for now. Safe Summer Night is still going on. Correction for the record, we're gonna have one night left. That's the August the 9th. That's a Friday from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Like Councilman Mills said, we had a great turnout on Friday. Saturday night wasn't too great, but like I said before, this is a pilot program. After the end of the summer, we'll evaluate the program to see how we're going to do it for next year. But the intention of the program is great. Just got to find a way to get kids to come more often. Some announcements, as people already mentioned, August the 6th, National Night Out. So please come out from there. That's about at 6 p.m., go to 8 p.m. Get a chance to see our Laurel Police Department, our volunteer fire department, our National Guard, just different other law enforcement agents out there. Just a fun day for the family to come out there and learn, like Councilman Clark said, safety tips, how to keep us safe and everything. Like I mentioned already, August the 9th is the last night out. That's going to be a STEAM program. So we're going to have some scientists from NSA out there. So hopefully folks come out there, got a bunch of creative games. So we're going to put more information on our social media as we continue the rest of the month. August the 12th, from 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. my time with the mayor will be at the Bachman Kaiser Public Safety Complex. So you can come out there, maybe meet the mayor one-on-one and talk about some things you want to talk about at a city council meeting. Same concept though, you know, we answer your questions, we can answer them on the spot. We answer on the spot. If we can't, then we'll send you a correspondence through email. August 28th, once again, like I said, Greenville Drive Pool Complex, that'll be City Hall in the Park. So August 28th, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. That's our next City Hall in the Park, so that community over there as well. And offices are closed on Labor Day, September 2nd, we're closed. And Doggy Dip Day at Greenville Drive Pool on September the 7th. So once again, September the 7th, bring your dog out, get your dog dipped in the pool. And just to follow up what Councilman Simmons said, on July the 16th, 2024, the Prince George County Council adopted a rent stabilization law for duration until they change it to go into effect 45 days after July the 16th. And that bill is CB 055. That's CB 055. We'll probably put some on our social media website as well. Probably send them to the landlords inside Prince George County, remind them that that bill has been in effect on July. We're going to take effect after 45 days after July 16th. I don't have the math numbers right now, but just 45 days from July 16th, that bill will be in effect for Prince George County. So, and that's my report, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Agenda item number 4 is general public hearing. I will open the general public hearing at 6:15 PM. Ms. Edwards, do we have anyone signed up to speak?
No, President Cole, we do not.
With no one signed up to speak, I will close general public hearing at 6:15 PM. Agenda item number 5, second public hearing with possible action on ordinance number 2028, an ordinance amending the general operating budget and capital improvement program of the Mayor and City Council of Laurel, Maryland for the fiscal year July 1, 2023 through June 30th, 2024, and providing an effective date. Director Saylor, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President, Mayor Sidnor, and council members. Again, I want to take this opportunity to thank you all for entertaining this additional meeting this month as we close our FY 2024. Ordinance 2028 is the fourth amendment to FY 2024 General Operating Budget and CIP. We are reflecting an increase of $3,494,679. Of that, however, $2,681,479 is just the reflection of our actual expenditures with corresponding revenue of the American Rescue Plan funding. Like I said, the actual expenditures that we made through the course of the year, as has been our practice since we received those funds, they have to be reflected in the operating budget, and so and it's a direct offset, revenues balancing with expenditures. So that's the majority of that. We also have $813,209 additional through the course of additional real estate tax revenue, income tax revenue, additional highway user revenue, our first receipt of the cannabis tax, as well as insurance proceeds, and the grant from Legit for the backup sensors. On the expenditure side, we're addressing some emergency repairs in the facilities, emergency repairs to some of our vehicles, the application of some of those insurance proceeds for those repairs, as well as other expenditures. We're using savings from certain departments to provide those, to fill those gaps, and to take the remaining, since we budgeted for operations at the Laurel Multi-Service Center, which did not open during FY 2024, taking a majority of that remaining balance of that budget and providing a contribution to the board of directors so that they can match the grants that they are applying for. Again, we're partnering with a wrestling club, so we purchased mats to be stored at 204 Fort Meade Road on the Parks and Recreation side of the building, as well as providing an additional contribution to the pension plans and transfers to the CIP for street projects, park projects, streets, parks, environmental projects, sidewalk improvements, C Street from Main Street to Fetty Alley, and additional funding to the Van Dusen Road project. I will just point out, since it was brought up at the last meeting, as you all are well aware by now, the budget is adopted, the operating budget is adopted at the department total level. So while Parks and Recreation and Public Works have multiple departments and are able to transfer, like I said, it starts in our department from the initiating department, it goes to the city administrator for approval, the mayor's office for approval, the city council president, when those transfers are made. With regard to the mayor's budget for legal services, as we reconcile the final legal services bills for FY 2024, I'm sure that we can accommodate any additional overages from within the mayor's budget. So that's why there is no transfer in or out of the mayor's budget for 2024, because we feel as though with those final invoices left to pay, that we'll be able to transfer within the budget. And so that's why you don't see any adjustments to the mayor's budget. So again, thank you for this additional meeting, and I'm available for any additional questions.
Thank you very much, Director Saylor. Before I open it up to the council, I will open the second public hearing to the general public at 6:20 p.m. Ms. Edwards, do we have anyone signed up to speak?
President Cole, we do not.
With no one signed up to speak, I will close the second hearing on ordinance number 2028 at 6:20 p.m. Are there any additional comments or questions from the council? If not, I will entertain a motion. Go ahead, Mr. Simmons.
Not a question, but just a comment. I just wanted to thank Director Saylor and also the City Administrator Office. I had just a couple follow-up queries that were non-time sensitive, and they got right back to me and helped clarify a couple of things. So I just wanted to say thank you for that.
Additional questions or comments from the council?
I'll make a statement once the vote is made, Mr. President, if I can.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
I would like to motion that we pass the ordinance amending the general operating budget and capital improvement program from July 1, 2023 through June 30th, 2024.
I have a motion for ordinance number 2028. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Edwards, can you please call the roll?
Councilman Simmons,
Yes.
Councilman Mills,
Sorry, yes.
Councilwoman Johnson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Clark,
Yes.
President Cole,
Yes.
Mayor Sitnor.
I concur.
Go ahead, Mayor.
Yeah, I just want to thank our Director Saylor and our department for cleaning up the budget for the fiscal year of 2024. Some outstanding stuff still to do, but the audit would take care of that. I also want to thank the council again for 8 months in office, and we passed a balanced budget with no rent increases, no cut in services. I want to thank the council for that as well. In August, we don't have any meetings and things of that nature, so it's a good time to get out in the community to let the community know you're out there. So, just follow up the community. That's my advice for you all. Since we're not meeting, just attend any city events you possibly can. And just once again, staff, no meetings here as well, but we still be working. So, just once again, just want to thank Director Saylor, City Administrator, and all the staff for the hard work. And council, enjoy your time off from meetings, but I know I'll see y'all in the community. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Sudnor. With no further business before the mayor and city council, this meeting is adjourned at 6:22 p.m.